Somehow, all of us have made it another week without that dastardly organisation stopping any of our plans. Which is surprising considering how, well, ingrained into everything they appear to be if you listen to the main character of this show. So of course, what else could it be other than Steins Gate? And things are going, well, better than expected, I guess, because they've actually found this computer which was so much of a massive hassle with their plans to hack into CERN and figure out what's going on. If they spent less time worrying about other organisations and just perfecting that microwave and finding out what it can actually do, well, since we are on the precipice of possibly moving the plot along, I want to find out what exactly is happening. Probably they do as well. So, let's get into it. Oh, the, part-time worker. I wonder what that little piece of metal is for. If it's going to be like the missing piece to make the computer work or something. The missing part of their plan. If they're both struggling, have a rest. Put it down, have a rest, because you're not going to make it up the stairs. Well done. Well, considering that he was talking to her about it just before, and then went out and came back with a big box. Okay, you've got to put your assassination attempt to rest for now. Is it because you're the one that had already stabbed her? You're like, hang on, she should already be dead. Or was there a lot more things contingent on this girl? I mean, there's definitely something going on with that part-time worker. There's always been, like, oh, you know a lot more than you should, and you're kind of observant. But I didn't think that there'd be this level of... I want to call it animosity, but it's not. I don't think it's not. I don't think it is. I'm trying to work out if it was anger or fear that led to her taking up the stance. You're talking about his t-shirts? Yep. Yeah, and you'll just let the slate at his weight go past. And there's some information that you would quite like to know. Yep, don't have time for your pretentious... It's those kind of interjections which get people found out with stuff. Well, at least you don't have to fix the PC. Well, what outputs does it have? Or inputs as well? Is she paid as an assistant, though? Oh no, he's going to have to do his own work. I mean... Is that the first place you'd show around? So, like, any great laboratory, the, what, is it because they're here? But yeah. The lab is so well stocked with shit that the water runs out. Do you take everything on face value? So obviously she's got an extreme case of Stockholm Syndrome. Are you going to explain about what happened this morning? Or is it this evening? I can't remember the actual when they picked up the PC. Is it because they are no longer here? Did you know them personally? Is that a yet or a... It was a yet. Which means that she knows a lot more than she's letting on. Or she's also one of these, the organisation's after her kind of types. Split personality, perhaps? I've never really seen the fascination with fireworks. But then again, I've never been to a festival with fireworks present. It's more just... Well, there's nothing particularly grand in Britain. A lot of things is done half-heartedly. Ah, she was so worried that, yeah, that she was going to leave and not come back to the lab. Well, there's something wrong with all of them living in that lab. Wonder if you've got to replace any of the chips. Then you've got more work cut out for yourself. Quickly, take off the lab coat. It might save you from him. Yeah, they won't wear them. Well, she's the only one with like a scientific background, so... He's got to have quite good concentration to be able to work in the same room while he goes off on one of his rants. So what, you're going to treat her to some food and then... microwave banana? So you're not going to go to a restaurant and then run away with only paying some of the bill? Great flavouring. That was the game that he played with at the cafe thing, where he just charged ahead recklessly. Just straight up with the Dr. Pepper there, no false pretense of pretending it's something else. So, because he can't win or even come close to posing a challenge, he's got to cheat. Yeah, he just bulldozes ahead with his own thing. Well, how many names does he have? Well, he was rather abrupt. God, he's an idiot. Yep. Surprising how the elite hacker is the one to understand social interaction. And the less I remember of Alpaca Man, the better. Well, yeah, I just thought I heard something. Well done. Oh, you've got it up and... Oh, he's actually got in. So he's learnt the basis of the operating system and whatnot. But there's probably something else. Yeah, without... You can't copy a JPEG? Oh, the text from it, I'm guessing. I used to have that issue, yeah, when things were a flat image and you can't just take the text from it. Everyone is wishful for a utopia. Unfortunately, because of the human race as is, it's pretty hard to actually create. And somehow he's figured out a basis as well, what CERN have done with a microwave and a phone. Yeah, they're using, what, 300 miles of scientific instruments? I don't actually know the actual distance. I mean, the amount of experiments that people have done in the past, if there's any correlation between any of them, could be quite difficult to actually find out. Human experimentation. It takes a long time to get to that level. At least in the proper world. Yeah, I wonder if they'll have any like black limousines pull up in front, or outside of the lab. Is there a statute of limitations on like the data being released for stuff like that? You're a valued member of the lab. Super hacker. This is something that, if it found itself into the public domain, might cause a bit of an uproar. The thing is, the rest of it seems to be written in proper, alright English, so... So he travelled back in time and was inside of a wall. So their experimentations have found the same gel substance. Brilliant. Why did they go to 1921 as an experimentation? Should it be like a year or something they'd do? Or did they not have a grasp on where it'd actually teleport to and land? Having these kind of reports with jelly people, they should have been into newspapers and stuff. Surprised that wasn't more of a wide known news story. Of course, unless they've covered everything up, but. If they've managed to get animal experimentation, surely that would have succeeded to the point where it's like, cool, now we can move on to human. So the animals didn't get jellification. But he's done something amazing with his microwave. So of course he's going to be relatively excited about that. I'll send it back in time. And become gods. Yep, as expected for a mad scientist. Yep. I mean, the funny thing is with time travel and inventing a time machine, say in 50 years' time I invent a time machine, what's to stop me going back in time to give myself the plans now on how to build a time machine, therefore erasing the need for me to make and come up with the plans for the time machine? Paradox. But the thing is, yes, you've got a time machine, you can put a banana back on the bunch. However, there's still quite a big problem. What would that be? Oh, that's it, yeah. It doesn't still contain its original chemical composition. It's jelly. Now, unless you're trying to only send jelly back in time, you've got a few more kinks to work out. But at least you can celebrate in the meantime that you've actually figured something out for once. You see, with the thing with CERN now being apparently solved, they were carrying out experimentations. They did invent a quote-unquote time machine. They were experimenting on humans, and therefore human is dead. Not sure why you'd word it like that, but okay. I'm surprised there wasn't more redacting of the actual information, like instead of human is dead, it would be experimentation 17-4-02, subject deceased or something. Like an actual science report. Well, actual science report talking about human experimentation. I think with shady organisations that apparently CERN is turning out to be, why would they do a report that's somewhat proper? And of course, the added trouble that's coming with the part-time worker and what the connection is with her and Chris. I cannot remember the names. I'm not great with names, even after hearing them for 5 episodes in a row now. I must applaud the super hacker for being able to actually get the IBN up and running and connected and back into the system and decoding everything. Well done. I'm not entirely sure where I would start with that kind of process. A lot of these characters seem to be all over the place, don't they? You've got the mad scientist with his his name and his alias and whatnot. And then you've got the Miyoshi, who's a hostage by their own will. And the one that is apparently going to have an all-out fight with immediately with someone who doesn't even know who they are or why they would want to engage in combat. It's bad that apparently the most stable of them is this hacker. But then again, pretty much everyone out there probably has some underlying issues that they're going through, so what does normal even mean? But of the tests that we've seen, I think there are 3 or 4 failed ones where it's human is dead, turned into jelly. Was that all of the experiments, or did they have some successful runs as well? Because they must have had some successful runs with animals and inanimate objects to go to the conclusion, we can do people now. Quite a gruesome end, if you think about it. I mean, when it was just, it seemed like the guy had been travelled back in time and was lodged in a wall, that by itself is rather not great to think about the repercussions of that. But then to find out that he was also jellified. Well, in any case, I'm pretty sure that at some point, we might get some actual proper results that don't kill the subject. But we might have to wait for a few episodes at least to even see if that's possible. And so hopefully you enjoyed this one. And if you did, please let me know. Subscribing to the channel and leaving likes and comments on the video is a great way to show your appreciation and definitely gives me the encouragement to continue on. Not like I was going to stop anyway. And so try not to think of all the horrible experiments that have been carried out across all of human civilization. Instead, get some rest and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.